Do you like the Cult? Very few bands understood that rock music was less about rebellion and more about transformation, becoming something more than the frightened version of yourself. I think that's why I've always had a soft spot for the band, and maybe that's why the lineup kept changing. It was never about stability. It was about evolution. But the core always stayed Ian Astbury and Billy Duffy, because the Cult was never about stability. It was about tension. It was about movement, reinvention. Two guys trying to turn spiritual hunger into sound. Now, most people hear She Sells Sanctuary and think it's this huge, beautiful rock anthem that turns the temperature up instantly in any room that they're in. But it's not. It's yearning. Billy Duffy's guitar sounds like somebody trying to claw their way towards transcendence through pure sound. And Ian Astbury's doesn't sound like the front man. He sings like a man trying to outrun emptiness before it catches him. The world around me. That's why the Cult mattered to me. Because underneath all the leather jackets and mysticism, there's vulnerability bleeding through every song. Carl Jung talked about the persona and the shadow, the mask we create for the world, and the wounded self hiding beneath it. Most people spend their lives strengthening the mask. Louder personality, louder ego, louder image, anything to avoid confronting what's underneath. And the Cult sounded like that battle in real time. That's why the music still hits decades later. Because it really isn't about motorcycles or rebellion or coolness. It's about the unbearable human desire to become whole. And weirdly, that's why I always think of Whitney Houston's greatest love of all when I listen to the band. Because beneath all the giant guitars and the smoke machine mythology, they're asking the exact same question Whitney is. Can you love yourself before the world decides you deserve it? I found the greatest love of all inside of me. That's not pop music. That's individuation. Pure Carl Jung. The integration of self. The moment a human being stops running from their own shadow. And there's this realization I always come to. Most people don't become who they are. They become the version of themselves that they think will avoid rejection. That's the Cult. A band full of massive guitars, beautiful swagger, spiritual longing, and wounded humanity trying to become something eternal for 4 minutes at a time. Carl Jung would have understood that band. Whitney Houston would have understood that band. Because eventually, every human being reaches the same crossroads. Keep performing, or finally allow yourself to be seen.